Hello, everyone. Hi, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. Hello, Becca. Hello, Julius. No, this is not Debbie, this is Rachel. Hi, Ife. So we'll just wait for a bit so we have more people joining. In the meantime, please, you can share this live session to your friends and your family that are looking to study abroad. Spread the word. Hello, Frederick. Good afternoon. Okay, good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for joining us today. My name is Racheal from Rennie Consulting Limited, and in this live session, I'll be representing Canterbury Christ Church University. We will have a representative from the university come here to talk to us about the employable career opportunities that are available at CCCU this September. So, okay, yes, Racheal, I'll just let you in shortly. Okay, just before Racheal joins in, I'll just quickly talk about what we're here to do at this live session and give a brief introduction of Canterbury Christ University. So, Canterbury Christ Church University, popularly known as CCCU, is a university in the UK that offers undergraduate and postgraduate programs, both full-time and part-time options to students. They have 3 campuses in Canterbury, Medway, and Royal Tunbridge Wells. And they have quite a number of courses, which varies from health science courses to business courses, engineering courses, tech courses, quite a number really. However, our spotlight for today's session is the fact that CCCU is ranked first in the UK for graduate employment in a recent survey that was carried out by the Higher Education Statistics Group in the UK. So research also showed that about 70% of graduates from Canterbury Christ Church University are in highly skilled employment just 15 months after completing their study. So what this session is going to achieve is we're going to discuss what opportunities are there at CCCU, and the school rep, Racheal Kerry, who I will be adding to this live shortly, will discuss this with us and shed more light. So I'll just add Racheal to the live session shortly. Soon. Okay, Racheal, I have accepted your request. Okay.
Hi.
Hello, Racheal.
How you doing?
Fine, thank you. Good to speak to you again.
Yes, good to see you too. And thank you everyone for joining this live session, and happy Eid. So for those in Nigeria, it's a 3-day holiday.
Yes, it
So
is.
uh, enjoy the holidays, and thank you for taking the time to join this live Instagram session. I have been correctly introduced. I'm Racheal Kerry. I'm the International Business Development Manager for Canterbury Christ Church University, covering Africa. So, for anyone interested in having a lot of lucrative career options, interested in having a degree that is internationally accepted, then they should be interested in listening in on how Canterbury Christ Church University can be your partner in that regard. So, For those that haven't heard of Canterbury Christ Church University before, so we are an institution that believes education changes lives for the better, and we offer a wide range of undergraduate and postgraduate programs. I'll start with a little history of Canterbury Christ Church University. So Canterbury Christ Church University started out as a teacher training college, and part of the job of Canterbury Christ Church University at the time was to train teachers that worked at colleges owned by the Church of England. Now, for those that don't know, the Church of England is the most established church in the UK, where King Charles is the most supreme governor, and the Archbishop of Canterbury is the most supreme senior cleric. So, since then, Canterbury Christ Church has grown into an international university of repute, and we have a lot of students coming from different parts of the world. Many of our international students come from Pakistan, India, Africa. So we are globally known to have a lot of students internationally coming to the UK and into Canterbury Christ University to study. And most importantly, as Racheal mentioned, we are currently number one in the UK for graduates in employment. That's the graduate outcome of 2023. So that's a very interesting and encouraging figure. Okay, because as you would appreciate, there are a lot of UK universities. So for us to stand out in that regard, that is, a very unique selling point. And also, when we talk about our fees in comparison to other universities, quite affordable, ranging from about £15,500 and above. We also give scholarships to postgraduate students, undergraduate students, international foundation year students. We have a scholarship for international students of £1,500. So that is taking off your total tuition fee. So that is another good example of how that we're quite affordable, and at the same time we're giving you good value for money. You're getting a degree that is globally recognized and a very high chance of being in employment once you finish. So I'll just mention a little bit more about Canterbury Christ Church before I start to speak about the degree programs and the possible jobs you can get once you graduate Canterbury Christ Church University. So Canterbury Christ Church is where we are located. It's also located in the UNESCO World Heritage Site. So what that means is a lot of tourists come into Canterbury to have a look at the cathedral, and that is where we are situated. So for people that are interested in having a very active social life and really understanding the history of the United Kingdom, Canterbury is a very good place to be in. We are also not too far from London. We're about an hour when you're using the various transportation systems, and it's also relatively cheaper than living in London. We are about one of the few places that have beaches, so there's a lot to enjoy. We have festivals as well as when it comes to accommodation, we have 8 locations. Now that's really important for people who are coming into the UK for the first time. So it's important that you have somewhere to stay and somewhere that is affordable. Our accommodation is about £140 to £160 per week, and it's inclusive of the electricity, it's inclusive of security, and it's inclusive of other bills that you would pay if you were living off campus. So that is a plus. And then I mentioned we have stunning beaches, we have exciting festivals, and wonderful places to shop as well. I'll mention as well for students coming for a bachelor's degree programs, the opportunity for placement programs, so that you can experience working in the UK, and then of course you can add that experience to your CV. And for postgraduate students, we also avail opportunities. We have an international unit that helps international students try and get jobs locally. And once you get a job locally, hopefully in your line of the course you have committed to study, you can add that to your CV, and then of course that would also boost your opportunity to get the job of your dreams. Okay. So I had spoken about the fees before. So our fees for postgraduate programs and bachelor's degree programs are £15,500 per year, and then you get a scholarship of £1,500, leaving up 14,000. Okay. So it's also important to understand that you are also the right fit for the university when it comes to your academic requirements, okay? Because that's really important. It's one thing to want to come into the UK to study, but you have to be qualified. And then we also have, I can guarantee you that for every degree you have, there's always something for you. So depending on the level, maybe if you have a postgraduate diploma, we have programs that you can go into. If you have a bachelor's degree, we have programs you can go into. If you have just your WIEC, we have programs you can go into as well. So we have the International Foundation here. Of course, once you indicate your interest to Rennie Consulting organizing this Instagram live
Yes.
session, they will be able to direct you properly as to what degree, what course you can go
You
for
can go.
as regards your current academic level. So just giving you a brief summary. For the International Foundation year, you need to have your WIEC, and then you need to pass your IELTS or equivalent. For UG courses, you need to have a higher national diploma, A levels, international baccalaureate, international financial International Foundation year certificate, and you need to also have your IELTS, okay? And then for our postgraduate programs, you need to have a 2.2 and then a cumulative GPA of 3.0 over 5, so minimum 2.2 and a cumulative GPA of 3.0 over 5. And then for our postgraduate programs, for students that schooled in Nigeria for their first degree, they would not need to write IELTS. They can present a mode of instruction letter. So that is a letter from your university saying your course was taught in English. So with that, you can apply. And then we have a list of other requirements. Nothing too much for you to produce: reference letters, a copy of your passport, a CV, and then we'll be able to look at our requirements as against your qualification and make you an offer. Okay, so now I'll just be going into some of our popular courses and discussing.
Okay, sorry, Rachel, just before you go in, let me just mention, if you have questions, please, you can drop your questions in the question box, and once Rachel is done, we'll just go through the questions and have them answered. So please drop your questions in the question box. Thank you. Okay.
Thank you so much. Okay, so I'll just be going into some of our popular postgraduate programs. Now, we have a lot of programs, so I will not be able to talk about all the programs, but I'll just be mentioning some of our popular postgraduate programs. Now, we have the science and also I'll be mentioning the bachelor's program. So, science and health postgraduate program, we have the MSc Global Public Health. Now, that is a very popular course for international students because of the kind of places you can work. So you can work in places like WHO, and you can become like a technical health advisor. You can become a senior technical advisor. And so basically what you'll be doing is you'll be representing the company internationally when it comes to maybe humanitarian rights, working in health. So for example, in Nigeria, there are a lot of NGOs that focus on different things. Maybe the focus could be HIV, the focus could be cervical cancer, the focus could be humanitarian aid. And then having read MSc Global Public Health, you should be able to add value to such programs. And of course, they are also very well paid. We have other courses like MSc Strength Conditioning and Performance Science. So what is unique about Canterbury Christ Church is the fact that we have a lot of courses that are not just sounding the same or not giving you a variety of places you can work in. We have the MA Arts, Health and Performance, MSc Exercise and Health Science, MSc Applied Exercise and Health Science, We have the MSc Clinical Sports Psychology, MSc Psychology. Now, these are very well sought out courses. For example, in Nigeria, uh, psychiatry, psychology we do not have so many people working in those areas. And for example, if you are able to get an international degree in MSc Psychology, you can of course set up a practice here back in your home country, or you can work overseas, maybe if you want for a while in psychology and bring that value back to Nigeria if you wish, or work in other parts of the world. So the UK is well known for the international recruit. So any degree you get, you can use it in any part of the world, be it back in Africa, Asia, Europe, America. The sky is the limit, really. And we have the MSc Forensic and Investigative Psychology. Then for law and art, we have courses like the LLM, International Business and Law. And when you finish, you can work as a paralegal. We have the MSc Security and International Relations. You can give advice you can work for government bodies giving advice on security and international trade, trading with other countries. Very exciting courses. We have the MA Visual Communication, so people into the creative arts, they can work in that. They can work in that sector. We have the MA Media Communications and PR. You can represent international companies like, say, Coca-Cola, and be their communications director. Maybe based on your other qualifications, that's really a basis for what level you start at in the companies you work for. But whether you're starting from the bottom or mid-range or a senior role, there's always something you can start. Having a master's degree is always another advantage. Then we have engineering courses. We have the MSc Internet of Things. We have the MSc Advanced Manufacturing Systems and Technology. Everybody is talking about artificial intelligence. So this is something that would add value to you to make an impact. We have MSc Data Intelligence. Then we also have the MSc Data Intelligence replacement, 2 years. So you have a placement in a company where you get experience. And of course, that will also increase your chances of getting a job. We have business courses. We have the MSc Tourism and Event Management. For tourism, you can open your own business. You can work for companies that are into travel, and there's so many places you can work. Or you can have your own events company. You can work for an international events company. We have the MBA International, and we have the MSc International Business. Both courses avail the opportunity to work, say, as a country manager for an international company, maybe representing the country here or overseas. So something like what I do as well, being a business development manager, representing an international company. So opportunities like that are available to you when you have a degree in either MBA International or MBA International Business. Then we have the pre-master's courses. So what this means, like, for example, you may be interested in coming in for a master's program, but you didn't get up to a 2.2. Okay, maybe you had a third class or you had a 2.2 and then it's not up to 3.0 over 5. You may not be able to come into Canterbury Christ Church University to do a master's program. So you can start off with a pre-master's diploma. So that's a 1-year program. And then after that, you can now move into either arts and humanities or business management. So after that 1 year, it's £11,950 for the pre-master's diploma course. You get opportunities to move to, after finishing that, to move into a master's program either in arts and humanities or business management. Okay. So I'll also be talking about our undergraduate courses. Our undergraduate programs are 3 years now. If you are unable to come in directly to do an undergraduate course, you can come in through the foundation program. So you can start off as in the International Foundation Year program, or you could have it combined, making it 4 years, International Foundation Year with a 3-year undergraduate course. And some of our popular courses are biomedical engineering, chemical engineering, mechanical engineering, biomedical science, BSc human biology, BSc animal science. We have BSc plant science, BSc psychology now. Of course, the difference between a bachelor's degree and a master's degree is the level at which you're going to enter the company. So, for example, you have a bachelor's degree, you may start off maybe as entry level or mid level, but with a master's degree with experience, you can start off mid level or senior level. So, I mean, it's always the most important thing is to start well with a good company. And then for international students, most international students want to either work for international companies or work for themselves. So whatever the case, all our courses are a good fit. And I think I'll stop there because we have so many courses and I will not be able to
To
talk
go
about
through
all of them.
everything, indeed.
If you are in touch with Racheal from Rennie Consulting, you'll probably have to give her a background of what you've done before and what you want to do now. So you also have to bear in mind that if what you have done before is very similar to what you're going for, you may not get that course. For example, you've done locally, maybe in Nigeria, you have an MBA, and then you want to go for an MBA again. So that may not fly. Okay, but maybe if you've done a BSc in say economics, and when you want to go for an MBA international or an MSc international business, fine. That sounds like someone who really wants to progress and move forward
That's good, yeah.
and maybe get a better job or get a promotion internally when they come back to their home country, or maybe they want to start off in a new country, a new location. So the Rennie Consulting is, very experienced agency, and they will be able to guide you appropriately regarding the right course, regarding your qualifications, what we can offer you, and yeah, I'm going to stop there, and we can start taking
All
questions.
right, Rachel, thank you so much. I mean, that has been very insightful. I can imagine that because we don't have enough time, you can't get into all of the details, but thank you so much. That was really, really insightful. So, we have a few questions in the question box. Okay, somebody wants to know, are work placements paid? Okay, so I assume the person is asking if the work placement option that you mentioned earlier come as paid jobs.
Yes, the placements are paid.
Okay. Okay. All right. Thank you. There's also another question that says, is mentorship available? Is mentorship available? So are there mentorship programs that CCCU would offer to students, maybe when they get to school, or students that are looking to maybe further in a particular career? Are there people that they can speak to help them, to guide?
Absolutely. We have our International Partnerships and Development Office here to help every student. And there's a lot we can do. We can help with our English, learning resources, peer mentorship, chaplaincy team and spaces, counseling, mental health, emotional well-being, financial assistance. So we have that team. And then we can always pair you up with mentors that can, give you advice regarding your career plans. So that is very available at Canterbury Christ Church University.
Okay. There's also another question here. Is there student loan? So somebody wants to know if student loans are available.
Yes, student loan is available, but I mentioned it's a £1,500 off the total fee. So it's a fraction of. So, for example, you're going for a master's program, and a master's program is £15,500. Once you get a conditional offer of acceptance, you told in your letter that you get a scholarship of £1,500. So that is taking off the total fee. And then once you get an unconditional offer, you'll be required to pay a deposit. So our minimum deposit at Canterbury Christ Church University is £5,000, and then you pay the rest over time.
Okay. Thank you, Rachel. Okay, there is another question. It says, are the placement options cost specific? So are there specific, if you want to go for the placement option, are there courses that you need to go for to have access to placement, work placement?
Yes, so what I can advise is if you go into the Canterbury Christ Church University website, you go and check the course. It will give information on if there are placements. Now, I did mention that placements are paid, but that is really up to the placement provider. So placements can be paid, and they can also be unpaid. The most important thing behind placements is the work experience and what you are, because we really expect you are expected as an international student to
Okay.
have every to have as much money you need to cover your tuition, your living costs without help from the UK government or without relying on extra income, although extra income is good. But sometimes you can have voluntary work. Placements can be paid and unpaid. Sometimes they are paid, but it's not something that you can use to sustain yourself or, living without having like your savings that you need. But the most important thing you have to remember behind having a placement is eventually, maybe when you finish your course, having the opportunity either go back to that organization and even get the possibly work there, or having that placement experience on your CV to get a better job when you graduate. So you have to go into the Canterbury Christ Church University website and have a look at the course you're going for, and it will be if there's a placement, if there isn't a placement, maybe the information on it being paid or not won't be there, but when you do get the placement, you will be told if it's paid or unpaid, and it's up to you to accept that opportunity because you're not just looking at that opportunity as it is at that time. You're looking at what you can
What's
get
again?
after.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Rachel. Thank you. There's another question. Is it open to HND? Okay, so I'm assuming the student wants to know what options are available to HND holders.
Is it available to HND? It's not available. The postgraduate programs are not available to the HND, but with the HND, you can go for a bachelor's program or you can go for a pre-master's diploma. So you can go for a bachelor's program, which is 3 years, or you can go for a pre-master's diploma, which is a year.
All right, thank you. I think that's all we have for the question. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, but before we round up, yeah, so there is, or from my experience with speaking with students, there's been some misconception about, okay, this school is called Canterbury Christ Church University. So are there strict religious laws or strict cultures that I would have to follow, or strict policies that I'll have to follow if I go to this school? So I don't know, can you just clear that up a little bit?
No, no, no. Like I mentioned, the name, because we have a history with the Church of England, when it started out as a teacher training college, but we are very 100% inclusive, regardless of your religious beliefs, your sexual orientation, regardless of your beliefs and sexual orientation, you're accepted. And we have church, we have a mosque within the Canterbury premises. So, like I mentioned, most of our students come from Asia, and you would appreciate that they have varied religious beliefs in Asia. So we have a lot of international students from Pakistan, from India, from other parts of Asia, from Africa as well. So there's no restriction whatsoever regarding your sexual orientation or religious beliefs.
All right. Thank you so much, Racheal Kerry. Thank you. Thank you very much. This has been very insightful. Thank you to everyone that has joined. We are so grateful. So, I mean, obviously, we can tell that CCCU is a school that indeed prepares students for the job market out there. We can tell from everything that we've discussed today, and we're so grateful. Thanks to everyone for joining in. I mean, for more information, you can always go on the school's website to get more details, or please feel free to reach out to us at Rennie. We're always happy to help. Personally, I consider myself like a mini ambassador for CCCU already. So we're really, really happy to help no matter what. You can always reach out to us. We will be happy to assist. So thank you so much, Rachel. I wish we had more time really to discuss more, but unfortunately we don't. But hopefully we can do this some other time. Thank you so much. So thank
You're
you
most welcome,
everyone.
and thank you, everyone.
All right, thank you. Bye.
Bye for now.